The Pistons' window to the playoffs keeps getting smaller, especially since they've lost the last 3 games. With a win today, paired with the Nets' win as well, the Pistons would assuredly be in the postseason. That's how it should have worked out, but it didn't. The Pistons entered the day in the 8th spot, 2 games ahead of the Hornets. Charlotte fighting for its playoff life. Hornets used a 21-8 run to close the first half out. Pistons shot just 35% in the first half. Blake Griffin's knee still an issue. He gets into the lane. This usually would be a surefire dunk, but he lays it in and gingerly comes down on it, as you see. Pistons cut the lead to 12. In the fourth quarter, the Pistons make another run. Thon Maker with the flush to cap off a 14-2 run. Becomes just a 1-point game, but in today's game, the Pistons couldn't get over the hump. Frank Kaminsky hits his 3rd triple of the game. Dagger. Pistons lose their 4th straight game, and they still don't have a seat at the playoff table for sure, losing this one 104-91. The Final Four trip for Michigan State was shorter than they had hoped. Texas Tech's defense was as good, if not better, than advertised, leading the Spartans to their worst offensive output of the season in the 61-51 loss. Brad Galley in Minneapolis with the team wraps up a disappointing end to an overall excellent season.
When we walked into Michigan State's locker room after seeing Matt McQuaid leave the court covering his nose with his jersey, honestly, we expected to see tears. Not so much. For a young group that has so many returning players, Cassius Winston and the guys said one sour grape to end the season didn't ruin their outlook as they look back on this year.
It hurt that we could have played better in this game to, win a championship. But at the same time, I can't be mad. It's just I feel like a lot of guys, they gave their all this year. They gave us everything they had. And they gave us even more than we probably expected out of them. And if you get that from guys, it's hard to be mad. It's hard to be down.
I want to say it was a point of frustration. We just got hit shots. It's a low-scoring game for us, and their defense was tough. But we just didn't hit a lot of shots today.
Guys, I can't ask for a better run or better guys. It's just that tonight wasn't our night, and it was theirs, and they're moving on, and we're done.
Making it all the way to a Final Four without Josh, without Arnie, without Nick and Spurts. So we definitely overachieved.
I asked Nick Ward after the game how he'd be able to sleep processing this loss on such a big stage. He said before he thinks about that, he looked back to last year. That one was a tough one to process. But losing here at the Final Four, he said it caps off a great season. With the Spartans in Minneapolis, Brad Galley, 7 Action Sports.
Great stuff all week, Brad. Ron Gardenhire put a sign on the doors in Lakeland during spring training to his team. It had a picture of the Commissioner's Trophy, and it said, "If you don't believe we can win this, don't walk through these doors." It's very, very early in the season, but the Tigers have come out of the gates this season showing they've bought into that philosophy. Thus far, Tyson Ross getting the start on the mound. His first time pitching at Comerica Park, 7 innings for Ross, giving up just 1 run on 5 hits. He strikes out 8 and walks just 1. Solid starting pitching for the Tigers so far. Kristen Stewart hit a grand slam yesterday, continues his hot hitting today, sends this one nearly to the wall in right center. Jamer Candelario comes around to score, tying the game at 1. Stewart into third safely for that triple. 2-1 Detroit in the 6th. It's Stewart again, this time with a base hit up the middle, scoring Nicholas Castellanos to make it 3-1. Shane Green on to close it out in the 9th. Tying run is Hunter Dozier at the plate into center. Nico Goodrum with the diving catch to end the game. Tigers win it 3-1. They've won 5 in a row, and Shane Green sets a MLB record for 7 saves in the first 10 games of any MLB franchise. So kudos to him.
That's
Tigers
how you play.
playing hot.
That is how you